Hey everybody, how's it going? I kind of feel like I'm getting back to myself, like the energy's been deep. How y'all feeling out there? Oh my goodness. Phew! So today, there was warnings put out yesterday that all the southern states can be bombarded with major class 5 tornadoes. And I'm one of those that I use major events to help mark time in the past. So even though we are in this weird transition, some of the things that we experienced last year before we went into lockdown are starting to happen again. Couple of weeks off with the time. The tornadoes that come through Tennessee last year would have been the last week of February. So now it's the last week of March that this is happening. And some of you out there are meant to be aware of your gifts. You're meant to be aware of your power and what you're meant to do with them. I had an interesting conversation with someone on a Telegram spiritual group that I'm in. And she was talking about a session that she had done with a client. The client had, and was experiencing some major side effects. Well, if you understand energy, a lot of the side effects make sense. And so she was just explaining how, this is going to be interesting to navigate for healers. And I told her the best way that I can look at it is, whenever possible, bless the land, heal the land, send it out in the collective, send intentions for love and healing everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. And I've met a lot of resistance along the way. And when I say resistance, I'm meaning those that are trying to put my light out, the light to the lighthouse. They're trying to put it out. And it's been a major test to see, am I growing? Am I learning the lessons? Am I seeing the energetic attacks and going, okay, I see you. I am going to protect myself in love, divine love. I'm going to protect myself in divine light and allow God to continue to work through me. The more I do that, and the cards are not wanting to shuffle, that's telling me that there's still more resistance in the collective. Resistance of change. What's the word? Anyway, can't get the word out of my mouth. That's a message too. Feeling restricted and not being able to say what you're meant to say, and just allowing and trusting and knowing that whatever you're speaking in divine truth, for the greatest good and highest joy. I mean, that has to be our intentions for everything. Greatest good and highest joy. Allow that to come out. Allow that to shine through you. Allow that to speak through you. And that's going to be key to being able to hold the light and be the light and shine the light, the divine light. So a lot of people are being hit with ideas that are contradictory to what they believe or what they've been raised to believe. And sometimes it's really hard to accept another perspective. As long as you are continuing to come from a place of love, just allow it to unfold the way it's unfolding, and allow the healing to take place. I'm meant to bring healing everywhere I go. And this goes back to that conversation that I had. Sacred Heart, what was I just talking about? Allowing this to come from a loving space. Allowing, and I shuffled these cards, y'all, you know. And I got this with another reading that I just did with these cards that I'm going to post before this one. Tapping into that higher heart chakra. So when talking to this other light worker, I mentioned that this is how I do it. This is what I do. And I'm always setting the intentions everywhere I go because I have the gift of healing. To allow healing to take place and to allow me to be the vessel that the energy moves through, and to set the intentions to put it on the land and to give it to the people that I encounter. And that's when you come from that higher heart space of knowing 723, of knowing where you're going and what you're doing, because that higher heart space is the key to healing all the distorted energies, all the social conditioning that's been laid upon us. So she says to me, isn't that exhausting? Don't you just want to focus on yourself? And I'm like, well, that's kind of a selfish way to look at it. If I have been given the gift of healing, I'm going to set the healthy boundaries, and I'm going to sprinkle love everywhere I go. I'm going to sprinkle healing everywhere I go. I'm going to set intentions that this is going to be for the greatest good and highest joy of everyone that comes in contact with me, because I believe in the law of karma, and I could be selfish with it and want it all for myself, but that's not where I come from, because that's not me truly living in the higher heart chakra. And my third eye is on fire right now. Which I get Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding right in the present moment. This just confirms what I was saying. You know, there's always two sides of the coin. You can always look at it as a bitter situation or a better situation, and finding that balance of what's going to be best for all. Because we are one, we are connected, and like I explained to her, every time I set the intentions for healing, it is a ripple out effect to where it goes into the cosmos, and it's almost like it ricochets right back to everyone that's connected to me on every timeline, future, past, parallel, generations. It's a ripple out effect. Soul families, soul tribes, it's a ripple out effect to all. So why not give from a place of love. And when you're giving from a place of love, you're not going to have lack. And that's where that depleted feeling comes from, is lack of love. You know? And then I get yin yang, creating harmony through balance. 1023, creating harmony through balance. So how do we create that harmony? We create that harmony by coming from a place of love, living in that higher heart chakra, living in that wisdom, that knowledge, that spiritual understanding that we're all connected. We're all connected. We're all connected. And you know, I am one to get wrapped up in the monkey brain and the constant recycle of, okay, what do I need to do now? What's my next step? Like busy. And just knowing that every step I take is exactly where I'm meant to be at that divine moment. And knowing that the work, the energy, the healing is happening. The balance is happening. We have the full moon in Libra. The scales of justice will be balanced and always come from a loving heart space. Give me one more. Always. And, you know, I've not gone back to see if this person's responded. In all honesty, I really don't care if they respond or not, because I'm here to plant the seeds. And not everyone likes the seeds that I plant. Because I am able to see both sides of the coin, I am able to see both perspectives. You know, we have part of the collective that's really feeling orphaned, left out in the cold, isolated. That's an illusion. It's an illusion. There's a lot of dark colors. And then I get to the future card and it says between worlds. Some of you are literally living between two worlds right now, being able to be in the 3D and seeing the big picture, being able to go within, let that monkey brain go within, and to see the beautiful things that are happening. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You know, you can always look at the negative and live in the negative, okay? Or you can step out of that dark and choose to see the light. You know, what positive things came from those dark moments? What was it? Some of you are going to be getting ideas on your next step. Some of you are going to be connecting the dots, being able to reflect and look back over what you've done and where you've come from. 1441. Some of you are going to 1444. Some of you are going to be able to see how it's all connected. Some of you are going to be able to see the seeds that's been planted along the way. Some of you are going to be able to see the balance. I've got a lot of 4s here. So this is kind of the outcome. Call of the Moves. This is a 4 card. Some of you are really being called to step into that magical energy, that magical essence. Ballerinas look so beautiful dancing. But it takes a lot of practice and work. 1555, a lot of practice and work to be able to stand on those toes. Nobody ever really sees the hard work that goes into those magical moments. And just knowing that all that hard work is paying off because you're now getting ready to put on, you know, the magical show. I had girls, so I'm not real sure. And I never took ballerina lessons, so I'm not real sure what that event is called. In the present moment, this is at a 45 card, which is a 9. So cycles are definitely completing and wrapping up. Beyond the ordinary. When you know you've put in that work to be able to go dance and put that performance on, that last dance is what I'm hearing. That's when the true magic is really going to be able to shine through. That's when you're really going to be able to see the fruits of the work, the seeds that have been planted along the way. You're going to be able to see those unfold. You know, God doesn't call his weakest. All the work, all the pain, all the bruises was all for a purpose. The bullseye. This also reminds me, and this is an 18 card, which breaks down to a 9, and it was 1809 when I said that. I hear ya. I'm tapped into and turned on. Okay. The power of purpose. This is destined. You know, I always say you can't screw up what's meant for you. And what's meant for you will always show up. You just gotta trust that the training that you've been through, all the band-aids that you put on the blisters, all of the wraps that you've wrapped around, the heartaches, all of the pain that you pushed through just to get it right one last time. That's the energy that's carrying us forward into our destined path. I mean, it's destined. And I got 1933 just as I held that up. It is destined to happen. There's a lot of energy moving. The Schumann is through the roof right now. So allow those purges to take place. Remember to drink a lot of water. Excuse me. Stay grounded. Let's see. I want to pull some angel cards. Okay, I get vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by love and light. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform current events. I mean, that just goes back to the Sacred Heart and what I was saying about really just coming from a place of love, and everything that you do, set that intention, that healing to take place. And I get precious gift. Those are precious gifts from God. 2102. Friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what's most important. 2111. Keep holding that vision, living in that higher heart chakra. Keep holding the light. Keep being the light. 2122. Adventure. Instead of seeing the current situation as an obstacle, try seeing it as an adventure. Explore all the possibilities. There are many more than you currently imagine. Instead of seeing things either black or white, try to explore all the colors in between. Oh, and this also goes back to what I said about being bitter or better. Like, trust the process. Trust where you're going. Trust that the work, the seeds, 2212. Trust that it's all taken care of. That's 2222. I just like see I'm swatching them. Oh, all right. Let's see if Archangel Michael has anything to say. Keep waiting on the storms. Write about your thoughts and feelings. Let go of fear now. You're on the right path. Beautiful. All right. I love you guys. I hope these messages find you well. Bye.